Why Delhi is so polluted? The air in Delhi is not the dirtiest in the world. A report by the World Health Organization says it's Kanpur, the other Indian city, which is dirtiest out of the 4,500 cities that it has surveyed. But with 25 million people, Delhi is far bigger than others, so its pollution risks more lives. Every year, almost 30,000 of Delhi residents die because of the dirty air, and that's a low estimate. Some doctors say even if you count the effects of lung cancer, diabetes and premature births, the number would be much higher. Delhi's daily average of suspended particulate matter, which is fine dust, is 6 times higher than what WHO considers as the maximum safe level. In winter, it's higher, and in the weeks after Diwali, it can rise more than 50 times WHO limit. So why is Delhi so polluted? The solution is as stuffed as the smog itself. One problem is its geography. The flat plain where Delhi rests is restricted by the Himalayas, which blocks the flow of air. In summer, intense heat lifts smog to higher altitudes, where the monsoon winds can disperse it, but in winter, morning mist traps particles at the ground level. The breeze is rarely there, but the cold air coming off the mountains together with the dust and smoke makes things much worse. But where does this smoke and dust come from? Apart from the ordinary dust flying in a country like India, which is always under construction and has millions of people moving on dust-producing roads, there are loads of airborne effluents coming from the coal-fired power plants, crematoriums, fire-cleared rice paddies, factories and furnaces burning cheap coal. Millions of badly tuned vehicles running on low-grade fuel, diesel-powered transportations and generators, cooking stoves fed by cow dung and wood. And in India, poverty increases the challenge. It's not easy for the farmers to use costly machines to prepare their fields for planting wheat after the rice harvest in autumn. Instead, they simply burn off the rice stubble. And sometimes policies have made things worse. In a race for self-sufficiency in energy, successive governments have favored coal-fired power plants over clean energy. In India, diesel is cheaper than petrol, a vote-getting allure to farmers who run tractors and pumps based on diesel engines. The result? Millions of diesel-powered vehicles fill Indian cities after car makers and buyers shifted to more cheaper fuel. Another example that India faced some time back was a scary fall in groundwater levels. States in the northwest of India's rice belt forced farmers to delay planting until well into the monsoon season. Later on, the water table did stabilize, but the delay also shifted the time for harvest. Now when farmers burn rice stubble, the end of the monsoon is already over. With no wind to disperse smoke, the smoke flows ideally towards southeast region and gathering in the skies over Delhi. Unlike Beijing government, who have made an impressive progress of cleaning itself of smog, India's capital is not run by top-down command. The city's government is not only slowed by the consequences on next elections, but also by a structure of overlapping laws that are so confusing that it seems they are designed to fail. Even then, some progress has been made. For the last 15 years, many vehicles, including taxis and auto rickshaws, are running on natural gas. Some extremely polluting industries and coal-fired power plants have been shut down, and a project to distribute cooking gas in order to replace it for solid fuels has also grown. In 2018, India's government has banned imports of more polluting industrial fuels and has introduced higher-octane petrol and diesel in its capital. By 2020, all new cars sold in India will have to comply with much cleaner emission standards. State governments are pushing harder to stop farmers burning stubble, and when the smog thickens again, Delhi's state government bans trucks from entering city and orders pause to construction projects. Someday, a combination of such steps may actually bring blue skies back to Delhi, but the question remains when.